So this is how I have the cab set up for right now. I have a Samsung tablet that runs my radar, and then I can do my video editing as well as truck weights, and it's got Pilot, it's got my fuel book, and TA, Petro, and Loves on here. So it's pretty good to have that screen right here where I can see it. And then I have my truck GPS here. I can enter the length, width of my trailer, the height, total length of my vehicle and trailer, so then it won't send me down roads that I shouldn't go down, whereas Google might just send me down any road as the fastest road. And then over here I'm going to have a smaller tablet that I'm just solely going to use for an ELD. My idea is you could use your ELD on your phone, but if you get stopped, I don't want to hand a DOT person my phone and give them all carte blanche to go through my phone. Not that there's anything illegal on it, but it's a privacy thing. So if I was to hand them this, all that there's on it is the ELD and nothing else. And that is it for what I'm looking at right here. Okay, welcome back to Fun with Fords. I am Eric, and today passed over 10,000 miles. So this will be a 10,000 mile review. I've been driving this truck on regular long trips. I don't do any short trips in town. So anything that's pretty much 50 miles or over I'll drive this truck. And I must say, it seems to drive better the more miles I put on it. I've heard a lot of people say that the more it's driven, the more you break it in, the better it drives. And that just seems to be the case. When I picked it up and drove it off the dealer lot, it seemed really stiff and rigid. I mean, it still rides like a 1-ton truck, but I don't know. Maybe I'm getting used to it by now. Maybe I'm getting used to the ride. I don't know, but it sure seems to drive a lot better than it did 10,000 miles ago. So with that said, some of the things that I really like about the truck, is the way it tows. That's probably the number one thing. It tows my gooseneck trailer like it's not even back there. And when I had a couple cars on it, it towed beautifully. It would ride in 9th and 10th gear, even up small hills, wouldn't have to downshift. And I attribute that a lot to the 410 gears, which I'm absolutely now glad that I got. I was trying to balance fuel mileage with towing capacity, and I was thinking, well, maybe I should go with the 355s, but I'm glad 100% I went with the 410s. And it's not, this is not going to win you any quarter mile races. I drive it pretty easy, but from a dead stop, it doesn't get up and go like a sports car. Obviously, it shouldn't. Even other trucks, but once you get up to highway speed, you can hit the accelerator and it will move. So there's no lack in the power department. I still like the configuration that I got. The Lariat package with the dual rear wheels. But there are two things that I definitely would have changed about this order had I really researched it ahead of time. And it's probably not what anybody would even think about. Some people might say, oh, well, you probably wish you got the crew cab and had more space. No. I absolutely love the Supercab. I love the fold open door in the back. I don't need all that space. I don't want all that space. For me, it just clutters. It's more space for clutter. And some people might say, oh, well, you probably didn't need the dual rear wheels. No, I love the dual rear wheels, and I think if I ever bought another truck, it's going to be a dual rear wheel again. But one of the things that I wish I would have thought about more was the carpet delete option. And I saw that on another vehicle in another video, and now I understand exactly what the carpet delete option is. It replaces the carpet with a vinyl mat. You still have the padding in there, the sound deadening and the insulation. You just have a vinyl mat, and it's easier to clean up messes and whatnot. And that is what I should have worked. The black carpet in here is incredibly difficult to keep clean, especially any kind of dust and dirt. After putting in ripping out those junky Ford floor mats and putting in the WeatherTech floor mats, that was 100% improvement. And the front floor mats, I mean, it's like a pan sitting in here, and it catches all the dirt and everything. So you can just pull it right out, shake it out, and put it right back in. You don't even have to vacuum it out. And then the back is not a pan, but it's a big flat mat that goes into place. But a carpet delete would have really solidified my ability to keep the floor clean and get any junk that falls on the floor, or if you spill some liquid or soda or something in here, it's going to seep right in the carpet. Well, on the vinyl it doesn't. You just mop it up. So that's one thing I would have done different. And the second thing I would have done different would have been the paint. I love the Antimatter blue. Absolutely. 100% I would not choose a different color. Antimatter blue is fantastic. It looks jet black in the shade, but it's a really gorgeous metallic blue in the sunlight. So it's almost like a color changing paint. My wife wanted me to get Rapid Red, but I don't want to stand out any more than I do in traffic. And everybody knows red is the standout color. That's the whole reason why they paint stop signs red, because it's easier to see. So, although I do like the Rapid Red, it's a fantastic looking color, and if you've never seen it in person, you've got to go to a dealer that has one and see it for yourself, because it is a fabulous looking color. But Antimatter blue is my color, and I love this color. But I would have gotten the two-tone paint with the slate gray on the bottom. I saw one of those in a picture, and I was looking at it when I was doing the build on the Ford website. I was like, oh no, I didn't want to. I wanted it all the same color. But once I saw it actually in the picture, it's hard to gauge what it would really look like on the website. But once you see it in a real picture and it looks, you see how it really looks. That two-tone with the blue and the gray really looks fantastic. So that's what those are the two things that I would have done differently. With the Lariat value package, it was $710. I think with my discount it was like $650 or something like that, whatever it was. But the Lariat Ultimate package was, I think it's around $4,000, and it came with all the chrome stuff, which I didn't want. And then it came with a lot of other things that I didn't want. But it would have come with the 6 aluminum rims versus the Lariat value package, which gives you 4 aluminum rims and 2 steel rims. My 2 steel rims are on the inner wheels of my rear axle, and then the outer ones are aluminum. So I would have liked to have all 6 rims be aluminum. That way it would be, I like things to match. I priced 2 aluminum rims through Ford. I called up the Bakersfield Ford dealer, and they quoted me $1,160 each per rim. So yeah, that was a shocker. So I guess that's not going to happen unless I can find some aluminum rims somewhere that are newish or newer that fit on my truck, which is fun. But otherwise, I like everything on this truck the way it is. I love having the diesel, although I do go to the gas pump a lot. Not gas, I'm sorry, fuel pump. But that's just a fact of life when you drive a vehicle with a big engine. So I do get better mileage than a friend of mine who has a Toyota 4Runner with a V8 in it. I do get better mileage than that, which is very surprising, actually. But all the additions that I've put on the truck so far, I like. I haven't haphazardly chosen things to put on here. I've researched it out, and all the things that I've selected, it's working. So I'm still in the process right now of getting the headache rack lights wired up properly. And that video number 2 will be coming out here pretty soon. And I'll show everyone how that's getting wired up. And I got a call yesterday from 4-Wheel Parts, and they said my bumper is finally in. So tomorrow is my day off, so I'm gonna go pick it up from the 4-Wheel Parts dealer down in Redondo Beach, and then see about putting that thing on there, because I'm excited for that. That's one of the big additions to the truck. Big as in, you know, size wise, but big as in cost wise, but big as in things that, you know, it's one of the main things that I wanted. That's why I ordered it so early. I wanted to have it when I picked up the truck, but for whatever reason, it was just taking forever for them to get it. I don't know what ranch hand's problem was. I have no idea. Someday I'd love to find out, but I doubt I ever will. I'll tell you, they aren't the friendliest people to talk to, but that's okay. So, what else? What else would I like? I put on a WeatherTech hood bug stone deflector. I did a video on it, but I didn't like how it came out, so I didn't post it. And if you follow my numbering, the numbering on my videos jumps from 17 to 19. Video number 18 is the stone and bug deflector. So I set that one as private. If anybody wants to really see it, you can shoot me an email, and I'll send you the link to it. But I'm not happy with how it came out. And the way I'm doing my videos is I do it a one and done sort of take. I don't do a lot of scripting. I sit and sort of think about what I want to say before I start recording, but and then I edit things together. But when I'm editing things together, it's not editing for the sake of I guess the content, you would say, so much as taking out a lot of long pauses and trying to figure stuff out as I'm going along. But it really didn't come out very well. I didn't like it. But it's not a really difficult thing to put together or to put on the truck. It was five screws. So it wasn't overly complicated. Didn't need a lot of explanation. The instructions were pretty clear and simple. Unlike the side window deflectors, having to bend those as much as I did, thinking that I'm going to end up breaking them. So all the WeatherTech stuff I've bought so far, I really like. The floor mats, the side window deflectors, the hood and bug and stone guard. Yeah, I think they make some pretty good stuff. Pretty good products. So I'm still waiting on my oil sample to come back for my first oil change. And then once I hit 15,000, I'm gonna do another oil change and then another oil sample, and then I should have a pretty decent comparison to what the oil was without the bypass system and then the oil with the bypass system. So I'll have roughly 7,500 miles on each oil change. So then I'll be able to compare the two, and I'm gonna put those up when I do my second oil change. So a few other things that maybe I would have liked to have, but didn't want to spend the money or didn't want to have to buy the package just to get one item. I'm a big fan of cruise control. I use it a lot. I use cruise control so much that I actually broke it in my Honda, which is my everyday car. I have a 2010 Honda Civic, and that has tape on the on-off button, and then I've worn out. I use it so much I've worn off the lettering on the buttons. But the more I research the adaptive cruise control, the more I think that I would have really liked to have that. But to have the adaptive cruise control, I would have had to have the other packages that I didn't want, and it would have given me a whole bunch of stuff I didn't want, didn't need. And I'm not about putting stuff on here simply for the sake of having it on here. I want it to have a use and a purpose. And I think adaptive cruise control might have been nice to have, as much as I use cruise control. And I think another thing would have been the adaptive steering. Now the adaptive steering I could have gotten as its own standalone add-on item, and that was $1,000. and I didn't opt for that. At the last minute, I actually put it on and repriced it, and then I took it off again. But that's okay. That's fine. But those two other things that I was talking about, those are the things that I really wish I would have done different. But that's okay. I really like the truck. This is a fantastic vehicle. It hasn't given me any issues thus far. So I'm really looking forward to some longer drives with it, and some of the stuff I have in store in the future, what I'm building up to, and I'll save that for future videos, what I'm building up to. So the ELD kind of gives it away, but yeah. So all in all, I am very happy. I think for what I paid for and what I received, I think it was pretty fair. I think it was pretty fair. I definitely, in a different time, you probably could have gotten a better deal, but I got the best deal for the time that we're in now, because you go to the dealers now and they're tacking on an extra $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 onto the MSRP and calling it a local market adjustment. And then when you go to order a vehicle, well, they don't tack that on. So you just pay the MSRP. So it's actually a genius move on the dealership's part, where they now get full sticker price for a vehicle. Or if you're really, really desperate and you want to pay that extra money and take whatever they have sitting on the lot, but if that extra cost scares you off, oh well, you can always just order a vehicle and pay MSRP. It's actually a brilliant business move, because there's really no more haggling price anymore. They've found the way around it. It's genius. So I gotta hand it to them. They found a way to squeeze more profit out of it. Anyway, the way I have it configured, and if you've seen my first video, I show the spec sheet. I really, really enjoy this. I really enjoy how it's spec'd, and I love everything about this truck. So, and I hope you get good value out of my videos. Hope if you want to see more, you consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. I sincerely appreciate everybody that's subscribed, everybody that likes the videos, everybody that comments. Thank you very much. I enjoy talking and meeting new people. So I'll be working on some more content here, and I should have out my headache rack video here in the next week or so, and then I'm hoping by the end of the year I'll have the bumper to install, but I gotta wait on the winch to come in before I install that. So I'll have to see how that works. If I can install the bumper first and then the winch, I'll see. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. And have a great day.